After 28 games, you sit 10th in the table. That's despite only one win in the last 5 Premier League games. So, how high is the ambition this season at the club? Do you think you could make a push, maybe push for 6th, or?
No, I think the aim has always been to get to 40 points as quick as we can, and then take a view from there. I think it's important that you get to those points and look around. And I think this year, especially because there's so many clubs, we were, close together, closely knit together. It's important just to keep focused on that.
And I guess that's epitomised by the opposition this week, West Ham in the thick of it, but only 1 point separating the 3 down there.
Yeah, it's like I say, I've never known, the league like it before, and for it to be so tight and so close, is exciting for everybody, I'm sure.
Exciting for managers.
Well, it keeps the blood flowing.
As you'd expect with Stoke, home form very good. How much of a concern is the away form?
Well, it's been disappointing, but I have to say there's been a lot of times and a lot of occasions this year where we've played better away from them than we have done in the previous 2 years, and not got the breaks and not got the results. Even at Birmingham a couple of weeks ago, where we again conceded in the 93rd minute. We played really well and didn't deserve to lose that game. And I think we can look back on a lot of games, the very, very similar, where we've played really well and been very, very unfortunate not to pick up points. So, as I've said before, it's a tough league. We're the second least experienced team in the league. Everybody, gets carried away and a bit blasé about it. And we're still learning.
2 games in the space of 7 days against West Ham. FA Cup obviously back at Britannia next week. What sort of game should we expect this week then? Will it be a case of being a bit tentative, feel each other out, or can you not afford to think that far ahead? No,
I think West Ham will go at it. They've are on a good run at the moment. I think he's brought some players in. I think everybody has been surprised that they've been down there anyway. And then when you add the players that he's added to the squad, you're not surprised that they have picked up. So it'll be a tough game for us.
And they started scoring goals in buckets for recently.
Yeah, obviously they got the goals against Burnley. They did very, very well against Liverpool last Sunday. Watched that game. They've got a threat everywhere, and they're very good offset plays. They've got Hitzelberger in the team, whose delivery is very, very good. Barr has come in and scored goals. They've got Cole, Abina, Keane, Picquion. You're surprised rolling those names off. Parker in midfield, Noble. You can just go on and on and on. They've got an England centre half, an England goalkeeper, an England left back. You're just so surprised that a team like that, with so many good players, are where they are.
Just finally from me, FIFA meets again this week. Again, the subject of goal line technology is going to be up for discussion. Apparently they've been trialling systems, some more successful than others. Is it important to get it right, or would you like to see some form of technology come later out of officials?
I think if you can have 2 calls every half, 2 teams get 2 calls every half, 30 seconds, if they get it monitored. Even on, like I say, on Monday against West Brom, if we could have had that call, it would have saved the embarrassment of the linesman. And we do, everybody gets things wrong now and then. And I don't see why today, with so much money flushing around in professional sport, and especially professional football, and how important it is to everybody in England, that you can't do it.
Tony, I think you've got a couple of home games coming up, haven't you, after your cup time with West Ham. Actually, when you look at it, by the first week of April, if you were to get past 40 points, you could be safe.
Well, I think it's very important to look, on the 1st of April. There's 2 things there. Can we get past 40 points? And what will the other teams have at that time? So, it's all right, saying that we can do this and we can do that, and let's look at this. And you have to do it, and you have to stay focused to do that. Got a very, very big game at West Ham on Saturday. I think, everybody's getting carried away with the quarter-final of the FA Cup. We've got to make sure that we stay and remain focused on the league, and it's a big game for us, and the players will look forward to it.
You said you're still learning at this level. What have you got to learn still?
Well, I think what we've done this year, I think we've played a little bit more open in respect of bringing and playing Pennant and Etherington and 2 centre forwards. So we've played almost 4-2-4 at times, and like I say, although we've done better, especially going forward, we've been a little bit looser at the back and lost goals maybe when we shouldn't have lost goals. So it's just getting that balance right. It's having a threat going forward, but also being, you know, very dogged and determined and stubborn and strong enough to resist teams at this level.
But it is extraordinary the way this league is beginning to pan out now, that all of you, virtually outside the top 6, can't relax and are still possibly a little nervous.
Well, like I say, you know, you look at the league, and at the beginning of the season, you'd never have said that this was going to be the case. But teams, you know, who people very similar to us, first year up, wrote off, have done exceptionally well. And there's been a lot more points taken off the top teams, or the so-called top teams this year.
A season to enjoy or to endure?
It's always a tough. You know, we're at Stoke City, and like I say, it's been tough 2 years. The third year is no different. You know, I really do think that if we can get through this year and get through it successfully, then we'll again be stronger next year. And I think that's the important thing, is that people realise and recognise that 2.5 years in the Premiership, for all what, you know, people become very, very blasé about situations, it is just 2.5 years at this level, and we are still learning as a football club.
I just wonder what you might learn from the 2 games you played against West Ham this season. You haven't beaten them yet, I don't think, have you?
No, that we've drawn the 2 games in 90 minutes. They beat us in extra time up there. We're very unfortunate down here. I can still see Rick's header hitting the underside of the post. You know, and coming out. How it's come out, I don't know. West Ham played very well in occasions and spells during the 2 games, and we did as well. So it was pretty, you know, nip and tuck. But, you know, that'll be no relevance at all, I don't think, to what's going to happen Saturday and the following Saturday.
Thank you.
Okay?
Cheers, Tony.
Yeah.
Also, there is one, just
Yeah.
bits and pieces, dotting I's and T's in terms of the squad and selection issues, if you have.
No, everyone's okay. Jermaine come off on Monday night, so we'll see how he is. Matty, obviously, with his back, we're still not sure whether he's ready to play 90 minutes. But he's had a couple more days training this week. So we'll wait and see. We'll make late calls on Pennant and Etherington.
Okay.
No problems.